so we can kind of figure out where to go from here. Okay? Can you tell me, how'd you get the bloody nose?
I fell down.
You fell down.
Yeah, you know, it is always good to be honest, okay?
She fell against the door.
I was trying to grab him.
Okay. Can you tell me about how far you were when he fell in?
Closer to this side, I think.
Okay, closer to this side. Okay. Did you see any houses or big trees or landmarks?
In the water.
Okay. It's okay.
I didn't see. He said he didn't feel good and he was doing things weird, and then he went up to the motor and the motor was broken. It was the other motor.
Okay.
And then I said, "Why are you doing that?" And he turned to look at me, and his face just looked.
Okay.
It looked awful, and then it just started to fall, and I tried to get the door open and get to him, and I couldn't grab him, and I fell.
Okay. Okay.
Lori stated that she didn't call 911 until 1.5 to 2 hours after Larry fell overboard because she said she couldn't find a phone during that time. The distraught wife also claimed that Larry broke the ignition switch just before the incident, which meant that she had to manually get the motor running again. Then Lori said she zoomed around the area looking for Larry, but chose not to drive the boat back to shore out of fear that she'd lose track of the location. So instead, she repeatedly honked the boat's horn in hopes of finding help. It wasn't until she retrieved a blanket to stay warm that she finally found Larry's cell phone and called 911. However, she said that she fell into the lake after making the call. During this interaction, the officer noted that Lori's emotions regarding the help of law enforcement appeared to be genuine, desperate, and appreciative. After leaving Lori with the medics again, the officer pulled aside another deputy and informed him that although this appeared to be a tragic accident, they still needed to investigate any possible foul play. As he would be more likely to get information from someone if they feel they can trust him. Officers also discussed the difficulty of finding Larry in the water based on the clothes he'd been wearing and their belief that he was likely already dead.
Especially after this long, but over 2 hours.
We don't cry for love, we don't cry for love now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. Don't cry for love, we don't cry for love now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes.
Upon boarding the vessel, detectives immediately noticed the blood splatter in several areas. Despite Lori's claims about the ignition switch breaking just before Larry fell into the water, officers located the kill switch and ran out the floor. Investigators found this odd because the kill switch and lanyard must be attached to the ignition in order for the motor to run. Furthermore, the ignition key had clearly been bent, suggesting that there may have been some kind of struggle. Deputies also found various other keys in Lori's purse, which contained a near-empty naked juice bottle. The items were all seized as evidence, and the boat was then transported to a nearby parking storage. The truck that Larry and Lori had used to tow the boat was also examined. The officer noted that Larry
we don't cry for love, we don't cry for love now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. Don't cry for love, we don't cry for love now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. Anaisa sia sunalia koma chisa for more. Anaisa sia sunalia koma chisa for more. Hallelujah to more, yeah to more. Yes, ba mi bois. C'est à tout monde, le live au mona. Put them on a really I'm a toile, don't want to voir.
Master Robusta on the beat.
Wow. That was a good one. Please share as you join. Share as you join. Hit the share button. Those who are joining, hit the share button, okay? Hit the share button as you join so that we give you more music, okay?
Give me the power, give me the freedom. Your people are crying, why won't you listen? Seeking for justice, for a brighter future. Let's do this together in peace and harmony. Sisi go take us there to the promised land. No one will stop us now. No. Sisi go take us there to the promised land. No one will stop us now. No. Ambazonia, the time of freedom has come today. Ambazonia, the time of freedom is here to stay. Ambazonia, the time of freedom has come today. Ambazonia, the time of freedom is here to stay. Water na water, today, nobody go Caesar to jubilate. I say Mandela and Nkrumah, it's now Sisi Kotene. Africa, come together, help your brother, Africa, dance together, love another, Africa,
Mama Liliana, you tabe, Kakumbe women are behind you, Mama Ambazonia. We leave the Paris, Ambazonia déclare, levez-vous. Milana Tam, le stratège, picking for Ambazonia. Honorable Weaver, warrior from Jakiri, Justice Abel. From West Africa, diplomacy, ahead. Wata, Amba boys, stand strong.
Africa.
New name on the beat.
Africa.
Les gens souffrent et des maisons brûlent. La Biya commet du génocide. Ils pensent que l'Amazonie est un peste. À l'œil ils sont amers comme un pesticide. Ils se fichent de soif que tu es. Mais des balles dans les têtes des bébés. À cause de son vieille fierté, l'ONU ne peut rien faire. L'Afrique est ton frère.
Africa.
Amazonia.
Give me the power, give me the freedom. Your people are crying, why won't you listen? Seeking for justice.
Thank you for watching. Please share as you join. Share as you join before we start the show. Share as you join before we are starting. Share as you join so that way. Okay. So we're gonna start after this musical interlude, and we're gonna start the show. So just keep sharing as you join before we start the show. All right. We don't need cry for love. Let's share and share. Okay.
Hey. Oh. Hey. Hey. My people. Oh. Ambazonia people. Mommy them. Pa them. Young people them. All commanders them. Southern Qatar for Northern Zone. Fimasha for Ambazonia. They don't come again. Hey! Last time, they send a small brother for Fimasha, they sing. Because they don't kill since long time. What I hear? Last December, they said they better Fimasha for Nigeria. No be na shame for black like them for inside Ambazonia land. But me when I know mine, because Fimasha never die, and I never see who go kill Fimasha. Because who man will go carry belly, born pikin, and that pikin, to go born his own pikin, they never born that woman. We go come kill Fimasha. That woman will go born pikin. Hey, Ambazonia fighters. Fimasha for Ambazonia the top. All the fighters wanna stay strong. No problem, no day. Even if the colonial master for Yaoundé, he said go see how we go do for getting independent. They don't do me all kind of thing, but I say shame for them. Since my God be alive, Jesus is there alive. God of Isaac is there alive. God of Moses is there alive. But when I'm not worried, I go there when I some small story. When I see when Moses, they come up for Egypt, for Pharaoh your hand. If it be easy, it not be easy. Hey, it not be easy. Some people them there will not be cross that sea for take journey for promised land. That's why you will see today. Deal with freedom in the West time because of black leg. Then what are they for inside Amazonia land? But one day, they go stand. Let people where they don't wear clothes for their skin. That means that they go see themselves. They go stand like man with no wear clothes for his skin. And that's what will happen. All commanders them from Bazuna and so. Kiba. Ay. Fimasha for Ambazonia.
sing hallelujah.
Only God I know. The only God I know. God, that God will give me strength. That God will give me strength. That God will give all the fighters strength. Hear me. Oh, you are the only God I know. You are the only God I know. Only God I know. The Lord is so good.
Been able to bring
you are the only God I know.
Exactly.
You are the only God I know. You are the only God I know. Only God I know. The Lord is so good. You are the only God I know. Gina Kame.
Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah.
Ay, ay, ay. Kiba, 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 kiba. Bye-bye, Amazonia.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining. Thank you. Today is a very beautiful day. I want to make sure we know tomorrow the president will be addressing Ambazonians on the state of the war. Tomorrow the president will be addressing the nation about the state of the war. On Thursday, we have all Ambazonian peace plan meeting. On Thursday, it will be a general meeting for all Ambazonians across the world to meet. You know your counties, you can identify your LGAs. Please know that tomorrow is the president's addressing the nation. That's tomorrow, Wednesday. On Thursday, which is for all Ambazonian peace plan meeting. Okay? The president will be there to talk to you on his projects, special projects. Okay? So please don't afford to miss. The last APP was wonderful. So please don't afford to miss this one coming on Thursday. Okay? But tomorrow, live on ABS TV. You watch the president addressing the nation about the state of the war. Tomorrow, please be live there, okay? Yep, the APP. Yeah. Okay, so let's watch this. About the discussion the president had with Honorable Biya last time on ABS TV. It was a wonderful exchange. I thought it wise to bring it up so that you guys can see how constructive the discussion was, you know, about the possibility of negotiations. Honorable Biya gave his own opinion about the negotiation, the possibility of what can bring La République to the negotiation table. It's a very nice discussion. So please, let's listen to how the discussion went.
Listen to me. There has been, I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker, please, Mr. Speaker, please.
Okay.
Been able to bring a lot of people to table.
This is
exactly
the one that
that's why I'm saying they started on reverse, Chris.
So
they should have started with their friend,
debate.
La République, because they hold the power. They are the ones killing our. We're only defending and trying to hold on. All right, we're only fighting back. They're the ones killing our people. So if there is to be a peace process, it cannot be decided by us or by HD. It will be decided by the killer. And when that person commits, then you can be sure that if they are now gathering us, they are gathering us, the person who is problem has this, that, okay, I will try now, rather than use the force of arms, I will talk this problem through. I saw HG rushing because they rushed to be inviting us when they ought to have been working with the person who was killing our people. That was their rush. And then I found them. They did not take their time to do the groundwork. Let me give you an example of how a good peace process would work, like the one in our own homeland. One, the peacemakers themselves ought to take a period of time which cannot be less than 2 to 3 months to go throughout the territory where, the burnings, the mayhem, the killings, the mass killings have been done, and talk to family members, meet members of civil society, meet all sorts of people, and gather information from them. So that by the time they are coming to sit down on the table to talk about the process, they have the background from those people who were hurt, the people who are hurting. Those are the people who help in the peace process. There was no time for that. There was no time for that.
So if I may ask you,
yes, please.
If I may ask you, in the place of the Swiss and HD, what would you suggest? Are you suggesting that we should walk off the table from the Swiss and the HD? Is that your position?
My position is simple. They are not offering what can help our people. So why waste time on it?
So essentially you are saying the Germans who endorse them, the Canadians who pay the bills, the British, the Americans, they got it all wrong by endorsing HD.
Let's not just look at the money. We should look at how the process started. HD itself, remember, they are an NGO, an international organization that is running peace processes in certain countries. Are you aware of that?
I am very much aware of that.
This kind of work is their business.
Correct.
Therefore, yes, we ourselves have to be conscious of what is it we need in a peace process, and have we pushed the oppressor enough to a level where they can commit to a peace process? All right, if we look at those dynamics and we realize that we are not yet there, there will be time for peace processes to hold, Chris, and when that time comes, it will be very easy for those things to be done, because there is no peace process without the commitment of a government that is killing our people. And up to this moment we are talking, they are not ready to hear anything about it. They are not ready to commit. So it is winding our time and making us hope for something that is not there. In fact, in the last private meeting I held with HD, I told them that in our culture, the last thing you can do to a hungry man and his family is to point to a hill and tell him that there is a barn up there with grain in it when there is nothing. And that's the kind of thing they were showing us. Because the grain in that barn should have been HD coming to us and saying, there is now a commitment from the government to talk with you and get the peace process ongoing. They cannot be pulling us together to prepare for a peace process that does not exist, with the hope that someone will do it, with the hope that the government will reach a stage where they will act on it. It is wrong. It is morally wrong for them to do that to us. And
you mentioned
Germans and all the other people.
Wow. I like the way Honorable Weber expatiate on the issue of negotiation. Okay. And I like the line of questioning from the president. We were so taken by the fact that we want to go for negotiation because we know that we are right. We don't have any fear for negotiation. And we all know negotiation is a process, okay? But most of the leaders were skeptical about the negotiation process because the way La République was doing is that they were not giving their full support to the Swiss-led negotiation. But our leaders were already ready. The frontline leaders were there ready. Okay? So I understand, I don't blame any leader for not being part of the Swiss-led negotiation. We are ready for negotiation. Be it any format that is if it's internationally recognized type of negotiation. Okay? So, from what you hear from Honorable Weaver, he was trying to put all those specs together. And I'll accept, because when you saw the Swiss-led negotiation, there were no groundwork, like, first, La République did not allow the Swiss government to go to the ground and see, because when the Swiss-led negotiation started, La République was still burning the villages. They were still killing people. There was still a lot of massacre going on. Okay? But as you see, they did not allow the Swiss government, they did not give the Swiss government an easy ride to go to the ground, like what Honorable Weber is suggesting. They never gave any opportunity for the Swiss government or the HG to go down and see for themselves the casualties, the sufferings, all those things. Most of the NGOs were not even allowed. You heard of the Doctors Without Borders. They were not allowed to go to the ground. Okay? We know of even the kidnapping or killing of some workers. Okay? That is what La République was doing. So they were trying to cover up and giving a very wrong narrative to the international community. Okay? When they kill, they will ask their military to refuse that they kill. When they kidnap or murder, they'll say no, But when the international community were putting pressure on them, that's when most of the killing that happened, that were done by these people, the international community were instead asking them to investigate themselves. Okay? I don't know if you are an aggressor power, that you're using aggressive power against another country. The international community should send special envoy to that country for investigation. All right? That is a work of the United Nations. The United Nations has the Department of Peacekeeping, Peace Building, and Peace Resolution. They have that department. The department is charged for peace settlement. Okay? That same department is a department that is in charge of conducting stuff like resettlements, rebuilding, reconstruction, and doing what we call buffer zone. Okay, but we did not sit down here. Okay, they were saying that the separatists are not allowing the children to go to school. They are not allowing the children to go to school. No, but how do you expect us to create a buffer zone? That's the work of the United Nations. Ceasefire and everything is done by the United Nations. If there is a ceasefire, the United Nations should ask the aggressive power who is occupying, the occupying power. La République was the one to cease fire because they brought their military in our land. So those military were supposed to go back to their barracks, go back to where they come from. Okay? So blaming people who are defending themselves is out of place. The La République has the obligation. They have the obligation to conduct a good and smooth transition for negotiation. Negotiation has its different stages, and La République was just trying to dodge, and this should be made clear. What La République organized in Yaoundé was a dialogue, and they create the impression that they are capable of resolving the problem. No, La République is not capable of resolving the problem. Okay? When you have an issue, in, say, you want one Cameroon, but you have not spent one day to discuss that issue in your own parliament. So what impression do you create the frontline leaders were expecting the La Republic government to even accept that there's an Anglophone problem. When this war started, they never accepted that there's an Anglophone problem. You ask people like the Atanganji and the Ngole, they would say, no, there's no Anglophone problem. There's no. Then why are you coming now to solve the problem? When you created a problem in the first place, okay, you refuse that there is no Anglophone problem. Then you are begging now to solve a problem that you refuse that there is no problem. Right? That's the logic. They refuse to discuss the problem in the La Republic Parliament. That is it. So you refusing to discuss the problem and allowing the problem to reach a certain level. Now you are saying that, oh, you want to end the war. How can you end the war that you do not accept that the war first exists? You do not accept that the Anglophone problem exists. But you went and created different commission of bilingualism, commission of this, commission of that you want to solve the problem. You cannot solve that kind of problem. You have to first accept. That's what I'm saying. In our general life, even in our family or our job site or anything we do, in your business, you have to first accept that there's a problem before you can solve a problem. But when you don't accept that there's a problem, you will not solve it. That's why in anything in life, they say they need somebody with a problem-solving skills. Okay? They need problem-solving skills. Interpersonal skills. Those are skills that are needed in any leadership. Okay? When you don't have those leadership, how can you solve a problem? You put people that have that archaic mentality, the old mindset. Even America could not win in Afghanistan. America ran in Afghanistan. In this modern day, if you want to use that war, it's very difficult. Very difficult. Because the people there, as they are determined, if those people are determined, America left Afghanistan. Why? The Taliban were ready to die for their land. America left Vietnam War. You've heard of American-Vietnam War. The Americans were dying. They left Vietnam. So what La Republic is doing, they can make all those propaganda, but you cannot win a people who are determined. You cannot. You cannot win a people who are determined in their land. It's very difficult. Because they can go and celebrate their CPDM nonsense there, their garbage. 40 years of dictatorship, 40 years of failure for Biya. That's their problem. But we will not allow them to take our land. That's it. Yes, we will not allow them to take our land. Whether it's 20 years, we'll fight. Whether it's 20 years, we'll fight. So they can do what they want. That's their problem. They have to know that this is a problem and this is how to solve the problem. Honorable Wiba went to the parliament. They were shutting him down. They were shutting him down. They say, Honorable taisez-vous. They tell him that to stop his noise. He's making noise. They shut him down. But that was somebody who was trying to put our case in the La Republic Parliament when the war started. Right? They told him that no, Monsieur Wiba, vous êtes
Listen to me.
That is.
There has been, I'm telling you, Mr. Speaker, listen. Please, Mr. Speaker, please, with all due respect, I have been chased through the bushes for the past 3 months. I cannot come here and you tell me that I should be discussing the Economic and Social Council, our children out of school, our lawyers in jail, and all that is happening in West Cameroon. It means nothing to you. Where in your standing orders, Mr. Speaker, where in your standing orders do you have space for us to discuss the issues that have to do with the people of West Cameroon. You tell me, then I'll go and sit down. Because you don't seem to have an agenda for us. You don't seem to have it. So what are we supposed to do? It is also part of the humiliation. Mr. Speaker, yeah, I am now telling you that the person who ordered for my arrest, tell him I am here. He can come and take me from this National Assembly. And the people of West Cameroon would know that they don't belong here. I am being frank with you. The representatives of the people have the power to say it as it is, at any time. And if we come here and you shut us down, you want to kill those people out there. You want to kill those people out there. So what should we do? That is your wish, Mr. Speaker.
That is.
I should have waited for them to bring.
Honorable Biya was trying to put his case, in the House. Okay? That's him. In the parliament, putting the case to the people. This is the work of the parliamentarians. Okay? When you send a representative to go and represent you, this is what they are doing. This is what they are supposed to do. It's his legal right, it's his legal duty, okay, to defend the people he represents. Okay? So when he wants to put the case of what is happening in the southern Cameroon, they are shutting him down. Okay? And this is the main reason, this is number one reason why this problem has not been solved from the very beginning. Because these people, they refuse to discuss this thing in their La Republic Banana Parliament. Banana Republic. This is the main reason why this problem was not solved at the very beginning. Because they just vehemently refuse to discuss this thing. Okay? Now, they are trying to look for shortcuts. Shortcuts. Right? Shortcuts. It will not work. Okay? It will not work.
In life. If the more people who are the people of East Cameroon have proven to us that our blood means nothing, then it is time for us to say it will soon be over. I want to give you a quote here in this house that I borrowed from the American liberators. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression. I called it oppression because of what I've seen in the
when
film.
Injustice becomes
Let me quote you another two instances.
a law, resistance.
3 weeks ago, there was an incident in Bangolan, which is a neighboring village to Jakiri, where I come from.
To resist oppression.
I don't know what it was about.
Yes.
And the Yandam officer was killed. And the forces of law and order under the instructions of the SDO of Ngokitunya move into Jakiri, a neighboring village, and take away 100 men. Just beat them up, break their bones, and then just leave them there. And I went to that place where he took these people and I told him, Mr. SDO, you are going to release my people. He sent soldiers to me, and one of them told me, I said, I am the representative of these people because I'm a parliamentarian. And the young man turned around and asked me, Et puis quoi? On n'est pas ici à Yaoundé. And he drew a line on the ground to tell me, if you cross here, you will see the consequences. Unfortunately for him, I happen to be a descendant of the warriors, so nobody draws a line before me. And I crossed, and I told him, shoot me. I told the SDO, release my people. In 12 hours, he released them. But some are still lying in the hospital. They beat and kicked a woman and she miscarried, a pregnant woman. And nobody can question this. That is the reason in this master plan to finish our culture and our people. You have chosen that every single administrator or every commander of the army is from East Cameroon. That is why they sit there and they can kill the people without remorse. This has to end. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, I want to repeat this quote. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes a duty. We, the people of West Cameroon, will resist you, and if you want to take that territory by force, you will kill to the last man before you take it. And you can start from me today. You can start from me. It has to end. Somebody has to know that this is not how you treat a people. 50 years is too long. 50 years is a very, very long.
Wow. I just want to let us know, okay? This is the work of all the parliamentarians that were representing us there. And only Honorable Wiba exemplifies exactly what the parliamentarians are supposed to do, okay? Honorable Wiba made us to know that quotation alone tells all Ambazonians what to do. Okay? If the occupier does not allow you to sleep, the occupier will not also sleep. Yes, if the occupier comes to your land and occupy your land and makes it a law, they have made it a law that is very normal. They have normalized killing, they have normalized torture, they have normalized anything that is. Now people die, nobody cries anymore. People are just tortured, people are just locked up. You hear of people being arrested in Southern Zone, taken to Northern Zone, taken to SED. You hear of Abdul Karim. They don't respect international law. The Naira 10 are there, they are languishing in jail, despite the international order for them to be sent back to Nigeria. That is how La Republic operates. So if you meet this kind of regime, you too must be ruthless. You don't play with this kind of people because they are very ruthless regime. They are very ruthless people. They will kill, they will do anything to us just to own the land. So we have to be ruthless. Yes. They are very, very wicked. Because somehow, the way our parents left Nigeria, had it been Nigeria was like these people, our parents left Nigeria peacefully without any problem. Peacefully. The Nigerian people never fought them. They never said, no, you have to stay with us. You must stay with us. No, that's how the Englishman is. The Englishman is so different. The same way our parents were supposed to live Yaoundé, like all these parliamentarians now today. If these parliamentarians in Yaoundé there, if they decide that they want to leave and come back to Southern Cameroon, they can do that today, and this war will end. Everything will go back to normal. It's their right to live there because they claim to represent us. But I don't know this kind of parliamentarian or this kind of senators that their people have said that please come back home, come back home. They say no, they will stay there. So who are they representing? Because parliamentarians are supposed to represent their people. They have to represent their people. I don't know. Who are they representing there in Yaoundé now? Their people have asked them, please, we don't want to build these people again. Come back home. Let's build our own country. Let's build our nation. Like our people did in 1954. They left the Nigerian house of Enugu. They came back and they built their own house. They had their election, had their government, and started their own country. Ndele was the first prime minister. Right? That is how it's supposed to be. And I don't know what was difficult here. This war would have ended long ago if by the time we're telling these people, leave that parliament, come back home, let's build our own country. Why do you go and beg for crumbs in somebody's place there? This thing would have ended long if those parliamentarians leave now. If those people in Yaoundé there who say they are parliamentarian and they are representing us, If they come back to Biya, go back to Bamenda and stay there and say no more, it's over. It's over. As simple as that. So all these people that they are killing them, they are killing all these people. Why are they staying in Yaoundé? That's the question. It baffles people because how do you go and stay in a country where people don't like you there? People don't want you there. You are still there. They are telling you, please, your people are being killed. Come back home, focus on your people, be your country, and be your government, be your institutions. Even after 1961, when we joined these people, there were the terms of agreement was to have an equal kind of settlement. It wasn't that they will be, prime minister, president, prime minister, but they take everything. Then, if you see, look at even now, they are celebrating CPGM, and this lady is crying. Ask her, look. It's so funny that this lady is crying that they don't allow them to celebrate CPGM. Why is she crying?
Pour militer pour une cause défavorisée. Je suis une femme défavorisée.
Depuis
je
quand?
milite pour ça.
Depuis
pour les
quand?
enfants défavorisés.
RDPC.
C'est pour ça que je milite. Pourquoi vous voulez faire ça? Pourquoi vous faites ça?
Avec le RDPC.
Pourquoi vous faites ça? Pourquoi vous traumatisez les gens?
Mais Paul Biya traumatise les Camerounais.
Pourquoi?
Paul Biya traumatise les Camerounais pendant 40 ans.
Il faut que cette guerre s'arrête. Arrêtez ça. Arrêtez ça. Vous traumatisez. Vous traumatisez.
Tu pleures alors pourquoi?
Arrêtez ça. On doit vivre comment? On doit vivre comment? Dites-moi. On doit vivre comment?
Et nous les nordistes alors, on va faire comment alors? Nous les nordistes.
Je comprends plus rien. Je comprends plus rien. Je comprends plus rien.
Ah mais, tant mieux alors. Nous, 40 ans. On est miseré pendant 40 ans avec le système RDPC là. D'accord. Sinon, nous-mêmes, on est dépassés avec le RDPC. Et toi, tu milites pour le RDPC et tu veux le changement. Depuis quand? Aujourd'hui, c'est vous qui pleurez comme ça. Vous n'avez rien vu d'abord. Vous n'avez rien vu d'abord. Nous, les nordistes, plus de 40 ans, nous sommes tenus en captivité en otage. Dis à Paul Biya, c'est lui le problème du Cameroun. Il réprime les Camerounais. Aïe. Là, tu pleures. Tu pleures maintenant.
Je sais que c'est interdit de pleurer. Mais là, je suis obligé de pleurer. Je fais comment? Est-ce que prendre une carte...
That's her crying. Why is she crying? The Sadina guys, the Sadina guys did not allow them. CPGM, 40 years under Biya, nothing to show. And she's crying that they did not allow them to go and drink wine. That's the Sadina guys. That's what they did to them there in France, in Paris. They told them that you cannot be celebrating. That's what they are doing to them. How can you be celebrating when the country is not moving? That's why she was crying. They did not allow them to drink wine and eat some sardine. She's crying that they're not allowed to drink wine and eat sardine. And so the anti-Sardina came there and disrupted their events. So she was crying that they did not allow her to eat sardine. Langa, CPGM Langa people. They have not seen anything. You heard what the other guy was saying. You heard what the other guy was saying. They never see nothing. This is just a sneak peek. This is just a sneak peek of what is coming to that country. You see, Anti-Sadina, the Abamlekes and the Nordis. Okay? Then you have the Owondos and the Betis there. Okay? This is just a sneak peek of what is coming to that country. Okay? Yes. That is what is coming there. It will not be easy, oh. That's why we are telling all the federalists, to come and focus on building their country, Amazonia. Stop disturbing yourself there. Look at the country you guys are going to fight for when you don't even have a space there. Come and fight for your land. Fight for your land. Don't go and be fighting for other people's land where they don't even put you in their accounts. You are not in the account even. You go and say you are proud federalist. Proud federalist, you go and federate who? Federate with someone that is fighting. They are fighting there for themselves. They are not fighting for Amazonia. So you go and wait when they fight. You go and join them now and say you are CPJ. It's really a headache to see how our own people are so dull. They are fighting for their country. They are fighting for their country. They are not fighting for you. You go there and be saying that you are a proud federalist. That's Frank Biya. That's him. Do you even see the mention Amazonia there? That's their next president. That's their next president. Do you hear they say Amazonia will be president? Or they even think one day, do you even dream of Amazonia president in that you are proud federalist? Proud of what? Proud to be under people? Proud to be slave forever? These people are so foolish. I don't even know. Very, very foolish people. It's madness. Very, very madness. You spend time to help somebody, you think that you're helping the person. Do you see Amazonia here? Do you see any? These are the people that they are looking. This is the look. These are the people that they are hoping to be president in that country. Look, Losible, you talk about president. This 2025, when Pobia's term is over, 2025. So in the next 3 years, Pobia will be leaving office. Pobia's term will be over. You have Eto, you have Frank Biya, you have Kamto. These are the three people that they are hoping will be president. So don't go and say proud federalist. Of what gain? Of what gain are you going to be in somebody's country when you don't even have hope of being anything in the country? You don't have any hope. They'll be spinning you left and right. You claim that I'm a proud federalist. I'm a proud federalist. Proud of what? Proud of what? It's just madness because the kind of federal system that our parents had in the 1960s was even better. But do you think that these people can go back to that root, to the root causes of that problem? Do you think they will go back? That is a problem. That is why they are looking for other ways, other shortcut for the negotiation. They don't want to go to the root cause of the problem. They don't want to go there. Because they know for the root cause, you have first our independence by joining. That independence by joining, there was a lot of clauses there. We were supposed to manage all our things. Military, we were supposed to manage our police force. We were supposed to manage agriculture, manage a lot of things that our parents were managing. Our education was under our control. By then, GC was being marketed in Britain. I remember back then, the British people were the ones marking the GC. But when these people came now and took over this thing, everything now just became, even the GC board, before that GC board was created, it was a problem. They had to kill people. Before they created University of Biya, it was a problem. People had to die. Before they created University of Bamenda, it was a problem. People had to die for it. Anything that we want for these people, they have to kill us. That's how bad it is. Then some people come and say, proud federalist. Proud of what? Proud of being a slave? I don't understand how people are thinking. It's so funny. Let me show you this. These are the people. Referendum. Most of these leaders are the leaders that were in the coalition for dialogue. Coalition for dialogue. But most of them had no taste again because of the thing that happened, right? Now, most of them now have realized that issue of federalism, all those issues of this doesn't work. We have to have our own country. No more federation. All the frontline leaders, from Ayaba to all those people, yes. This is what you see. This is the 11th February plebiscite, right? Look at it very well. Okay. This is the plebiscite, Southern Cameroon plebiscite. Okay. Go through this thing, you see how they say by joining. Okay. They ask two questions. Okay. A vote cast in the green box is a vote in favor of achieving independence by joining the Independent Federation of Nigeria. The other question, they say, a vote cast in the white box is a vote in favor of achieving independence. I want us to focus on that word independence. Because people are saying that, this word, the word independence means that we were granted independence. It doesn't matter whether they say join Nigeria or join whatever, is independent. So you cannot come now and take that independence from us, right? You cannot come now and say, no, you give us special status. How? I mean, this is this is a vote. Look at the vote that we voted to join, because it was two options. Vote to join the Federal Republic of Nigeria or join the independent. Look at another. By joining the independent, all these two countries are independent. Okay? These countries are both independent. Now they are asking us to join them. They are telling us, please, we want to grant you independence, okay? But we want you to join these two countries, these two independent countries. Choose one. That is where the language comes. So, you know, in diplomacy, in this balance, we have to know that law has its balances. That don't play with those balance. Independence, there's no other word that can duplicate independence. There's no other word. Either you are independent or you are dependent. It's two things. They cannot say you are dependent by being you are independent by being dependent. No. We should not mix words like that. You know, we all study English, right? So it's very simple English word. It's two things. You are either dependent or independent. It's two. There's no middle ground between independent and dependent. There's no middle ground. They are asking us, do you want to join? Do you want to vote? That's it there. This is a vote paper here. They ask the voters, okay? A vote cast in the green box is a vote in favor of achieving independence by joining the Independent Federation of Nigeria. It was already independent before us. The next question is, a vote cast in the white box is a vote in favor of achieving independence by joining the already independent La République du Cameroon. So, how do you say we are one and indivisible when you are already independent? You're already independent. Then they're asking us to come and join you to form a federal system of two independent nations. We are independent too. You are independent. You come and say no. You give me a special status. How? When the federal system was there, you abrogated the federal system, not us. Ahidjo entered the federal system in the fake thing, the fake referendum of we and yes. So, how do we adopt that, right? Poncha, they had a government at that time. From 1961, where we joined these people, this is the House of Assembly. They had their own government. They had their own House of Assembly. They had their own. They were controlling their own area. They were controlling all of southern Cameroon. Okay. There wasn't anything of that these people were supposed to do what or what. No. Okay. This is that thing. Okay, where they said, how can you look, we and yes. Look, this is 1972. This is 1972. How can they tell our people, please answer we and yes? This is 1972. When they wanted to cancel the federal system, right? To go to the United Republic. Okay. Et référendum constitutionnel de 20 mai 1972. Okay? They say, do you approve with a view in considering national unity and accelerating the economic, social, and cultural development of the nation, the draft constitution submitted to the people of Cameroon by the President of the Federal Republic, yeah, and uniting the republic and indivisible, and to the United Republic. Okay, so I'm saying this because people are arguing that things were not like that. This is the question they ask. They know that our people don't know. They put this thing in both French and English, right? But the way you have to do this thing is to encircle this thing. And there is no there. How can you bring something that you want people to answer, right? That people can say, okay, we are, or we will know. That's what they will be, right? Or yes and no, right? But you cannot put a question like this. Then people have to encircle it. It means everybody will answer we, or yes, right? These people are thieves. Thieves. Yes. It's so crazy because that is what they have been doing, and they know that they can do that to many people, right? Yes. Let's listen to Alain Foucault. Alain Foucault is a very good critic of the French, of the regime there.
Le grand jour tant souhaité est enfin arrivé.
Bonjour à tous et bienvenue dans ce magazine consacré à l'histoire contemporaine de l'Afrique à travers ses grands hommes.
Camerounais, Camerounaises, le Cameroun est libre et indépendant. L'indépendance, comme la liberté, est un bien qui se conquiert et se reconquiert chaque jour. Et personne n'est de trop pour la défendre, la fortifier, la préserver de toutes ses forces et de toute son âme.
Monsieur le Président, au nom du peuple américain, je vous souhaite la bienvenue aux États-Unis, dans cette capitale. Nous, qui vivons à des milliers de kilomètres de votre pays, qui possédons une histoire différente, séparés comme nous le sommes dans le temps et l'espace, tous, je pense, nous sommes impressionnés par les efforts que vous avez personnellement déployés et que votre peuple a accomplis en vue d'ériger un pays fort et une économie durable. Monsieur le Président, nous sommes fiers que vous soyez notre invité.
Monsieur le Président, je suis heureux d'avoir pu répondre à l'aimable invitation que vous m'avez adressée et je vous remercie sincèrement pour les paroles que vous venez de prononcer à l'endroit de mon pays et de ma personne. En foulant une nouvelle fois le sol des États-Unis et d'y être accueilli par le président de cette grande nation, ma joie n'a d'égal que l'amitié que mon pays porte à vous-même et au peuple des États-Unis. Je vous apporte le salut cordial du peuple camerounais tout entier.
Wow. That is when Ahidjo, before Ahidjo left power, he visited the United States. And you can see the president, John F. Kennedy, that welcomed him. So that was a transition in 1972. After this vote of we and yes, he was when they discovered oil in the 70s. So this was a plan to unite those people there so that they should not have control over their own territory. And that was what happened. Yeah. So it's a reality, you know. So this short documentary is about what transpired within some sphere of corruption, bribery and corruption. So just take a listen.
Now to a story of corporate bribery and corruption. A UK fraud investigation covering 5 African countries has ordered the UK arm of Swiss commodities firm Glencore to pay more than $300 million in penalties for bribing officials in exchange for oil contracts in Africa. The court found that executives from the company carried millions in cash by private jet to get favourable deals in Nigeria, Cameroon, in Ivory Coast, Equatorial Guinea and in South Sudan. It's the first time in the UK that a company has been found guilty of authorising corruption rather than simply turning a blind eye to it. Akere Muna is a Cameroonian anti-corruption lawyer, former vice president of Transparency International and a member of the African Union High-Level Panel on Illicit Financial Flows from Africa. Will this fine, I asked him, act as a deterrent to future corruption?
From what I'm hearing, the full fine and that has been levied, doesn't even reach the amount of profits that Glencore makes in a week. So, as an African, who has been in this area for the past 20-odd years, it's a bit saddening because it is, in terms of the UK and the US, it's a simple violation of the law. And while in terms of Africa, we the victims, we don't get a dime out of it. And the fact that our countries are not doing anything about it is even more saddening.
These are convictions involving 5 countries. How widespread is this sort of illegal activity, do you think?
I think it is. I mean, as the judge said in court today, it was part of Glencore's culture. And one can therefore guess that Glencore, which is one of the biggest commodity traders, that was his modus vivendi, and that's how it made his money, and to be the kind of wealth the company it is today. And the extractive industry, is known to be the real home for the biggest corrupt practices. I mean, that is why the EITI initiative, which was promoted by TI and actually brought into force, I think, by Tony Blair, is very important from the point of view that it tries to bring transparency into this. But, it is the nature of the trade makes it very, very amenable to corrupt practices. And, I think it'll take 2 to tango. I mean, for example, in the present case of Glencore, it would have been very helpful if the British and American authorities would tell the countries, the 5 countries you mentioned, who are those they paid? Because now the guys say they paid. The next question is, who did you pay? And that, to me, will take all of 2 minutes. I mean, in Cameroon, Glencore is still operational. Somebody should call them and say, man, who did you pay? And
why won't they release those details?
Can only promote. Wow, that's the question. That's the question. It really beats me because we go on and speeches and global North countries talking about corruption in the South and all that. And there they are, America and the UK, with names of people who took bribes, and they're not published. That's sad, isn't it?
There are quite crude operations involved, really. I mean, the bribes were barely disguised. They were called in contracts things like signing fees and success bonuses. They barely covered their tracks.
Yeah, in some cases they called them magazines and stuff like that, and flying around with the cash in private jets. I mean, it sounds like some kind of drug cartel in Latin America. It's crazy. I mean, but I think naming and shaming is the old trick that does it.
Okay.
Once your name is out there, it's helpful.
That was Akere Muna, a Cameroonian anti-corruption lawyer and former vice president of Transparency International.
Yeah, they have to do the same.
Mise à la lutte contre le Covid-19 est assimilable à un soldat qui vendait les munitions aux adversaires, par exemple, dans notre combat contre Boko Haram.
They do not judge them. How can they go and be stealing the country's money and they don't hold them to account? Then you want us to stay with this kind of people? Let's be serious. People who steal this amount of monies. They say no, these are the people still in government now to speak.
Les gens aient décidé de se partager 180 milliards. Serge Alain, c'est extrêmement difficile à... Moi-même, je dors la nuit, je pense qu'il y a des individus qui se sont partagés 180 milliards. Moi-même, je fais des cauchemars. C'est l'ensemble des Camerounais qui font ce type de cauchemar-là maintenant. et vous voyez à quel niveau les gens qui sont indexés peuvent être pris en partie. Vous voyez que si les choses ne vont pas au fond, imaginez une hypothèse, que nous on sait qu'il y a des gens qui se soient partagés 180 milliards et que le gouvernement ne décide pas de les poursuivre. Mais nous on peut les poursuivre, mais les Camerounais peuvent les poursuivre au quartier. C'est-à-dire que l'issue maintenant là, c'est que pour une fois, que la lumière soit faite et qu'on dise la vérité aux Camerounais et que ceux qui ont pris l'argent des Camerounais répondent. Parce que si on les protège, les gens vont les poursuivre. Vous ne pouvez pas être là, vous mourrez de faim, vous savez que quelqu'un a mangé 180 milliards et vous le laissez continuer à...
That is the 40 years of Paul Biya celebration. That is the 40 years for you. Enjoy.
Enterré en Colfoulou. C'est un jour avec les morts au Cameroun. C'est un crime si cela est avéré contre l'humanité. Ils doivent être punis parce que c'est inacceptable. C'est criminel. Vous vous rendez compte? Alors que des jeunes ici sortent des universités, viennent de l'extérieur, avec des diplômes, n'ont pas d'emploi. Les étudiants au Cameroun n'ont pas de bourse. Et vous voyez des gens s'amusent comme ça avec des fonds. Mais écoutez, il faut arrêter ça tout de suite.
Monsieur Bokolo, je vous dis une chose. Le plus grand malheur qui soit arrivé au Cameroun, c'est l'arrivée de M. Biya à la tête de ce pays.
Ulrika, que peut-on encore attendre du renouveau?
Rien.
I like the way I like the last sentence of that man. He said that the worst thing that happened to La République is the coming of Biya to power. This people, it's so funny, but sometimes we laugh, but you know, I just love those people who want to still federate with these people. The most corrupt country in the whole of the world, you want to go and federate with them. Ha, man, some people are really crazy.
1st of January 1960, the international law recognizes the inhabitants of La République du Cameroun as people of Cameroonian nationality. There can be no Cameroonian nationality outside that La République du Cameroun. Please take very great note of it. You have been brought up to believe that you are Cameroonian. But international law does not regard you as people of Cameroonian nationality. This must be shocking to you. Your country, which was then called United Nations Trust Territory of Southern Cameroon under United Kingdom administration. Can you listen? That's how to describe a country. Is that the name of a country? Is that the name of a country? That is a whole definition of an area. It's not the name of a country. You acquired Cameroonian nationality only by treaty. And once that treaty is abrogated, you are no longer Cameroonian. That's only logical, isn't it? Then what are you?
Thank you for watching. Thank you. Please always hit the subscribe button as you watch. I'm going to leave you with this song. Please stay strong. Ambazonia is real, okay? We're going to fight to take back our land. It's our land. So never give up. Support your LGA. Tomorrow we have the APP. So don't forget, tomorrow, on Thursday, we'll have the APP, and on tomorrow, the president is going to address the nation. So please stay tuned to ABS TV tomorrow. The president will be live on ABS. We talk the state of the war. So stay tuned for the on ABS tomorrow, and on Thursday, all Ambazonian APP plan meeting. APP. All right.
We don't cry for love now. What I finish for our eyes. What I finish for
Master Robuster on the beat.
We don't cry for love now. What I finish for our eyes. What I finish for our eyes.
Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa fomo. Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa fomo. Hallelujah tumo eh. Hallelujah tumo eh. Wen koma igali kongo. Ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo. Fabale kom ilema. Wen koma igali kongo. Ichini konge. Yes, I do more. Ikasi ba mi bua. Yes, I do more. Mi laiba fumana. Yeli akoma wa pose shirando se bua. Na yeli fute mana yeli ametwa ando wale bua. Ibale koma. Wen koma ibale koma. Wabonga fo wa krate koma. We don't cry for love, we don't cry for love now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. We don't cry for long, we don't cry for long now. What I finish for our eyes, what I finish for our eyes. Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa fomo. Anaisa sia esunaia koma chisa fomo. Hallelujah tumo eh. Hallelujah tumo eh. Wen koma igali kongo. Ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo. Fabale kom ilema. Wen koma igali kongo. Ichini konge. Wen koma igali kongo. Fabale kom ilema. Yes, I tumo. Ikasi ba mi bua. Yes, I do more. Mi laiba fumana. Yeli akoma wa pose shirando se bua. Na yeli fute mana yeli am. Excess